excited about stuff? Let's do this! I didn't realize this before. So I made a list for myself in case I came across situations where I was too excited to know the difference where it's appropriate and inappropriate to say, let's do this. And I'd like to share with that list with you this evening. Let's do this! Gentlemen. Appropriate.
Do this.
Jump out of a plane with a parachute. Inappropriate. Jumping in your parents' bed while they're having sex. You know what I'm talking about. Appropriate. Celebrating the 4th of July. Inappropriate. Strapping fireworks to your car because you're out of gas. Appropriate. Helping someone in need. Inappropriate. Pushing someone out of the way in need because you saw a quarter. It's not worth it. Your laundry's going to get done quicker, but it's not worth it. And lastly, I put appropriate. Eating a lot of pies to win a contest. And inappropriate. Eating a lot of pies to get diabetes to get sympathy from the person you have a crush on. Growing up, I read books all about Greek mythology. I really liked reading, and one thing I loved were facts about centaurs. And one fact that I really liked that I learned were centaurs were all about partying. Which only makes sense because they're half human and half horse, which literally makes them party animals. I was thinking about it, and I think the people that would be most stoked would be bros. They want to be centaurs and be like, oh listen man, we can hold 2 beers, alright? But as a centaur, we can hold 2 beers and a pony cake. We are the party, man. I also think the endless hung like a horse jokes would never stop. Alright, listen man, I know you're insecure about the size of your horse slong. But hear me out, you're still a horse, and you're still hung like one. So I think you're doing pretty good with the ladies, am I right? Back 5, alright. Back 5, alright, yeah. I think historically it would make more sense if centaurs existed. Like first tiki party, Easter Island, you know, and what else? Domino rally would be Stonehenge. I would start that, inventor of dominoes. And Burning Man? No, I think Burning Man would still be invented by humans, but they definitely would have gone and they would have been the weirdest things there. That's what I think. Like most people in America who have a father, I have one as well. My dad had a stroke about 4 years ago, and it affects people in different ways, but how it's affected my dad is it's affected his memory, and he has trouble recalling simple facts and information, and it's been hard, but he's getting better, and he's going through therapy, and when you take your time with him, he'll get it eventually. And I was home for Christmas recently, and my uncle got married, and it was a big Catholic wedding. It was very nice. And I'm standing next to my dad, and I noticed that his zipper's down. And I got embarrassed for him, and I didn't want to say anything while the ceremony was going on, because I didn't want him to bring attention to himself and get all flustered. So afterward, I leaned over, and I was like, Dad, your zipper's down. He looks down, looks at me, and he's like, yeah, I know. Oh, okay, you know? Yeah, your Uncle Pete, he dared me that I couldn't keep my zipper down and my junk wouldn't fall out and he wouldn't notice while I was getting married. Now the asshole owes me $20. Alan is back, ladies and gentlemen. I recently got my BA from Portland State University. Thank you. I got it in theater arts and women's studies. Sometimes it's quiet. I accept. That's why I'm doing this joke. Because I am here to prove tonight to myself and to the loan company I took the money out from that I can act. I'm a damn good actress. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my first impression of the evening. A Care Bear having a bowel movement. Your silence, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. You guys know what I mean. This next impersonation is every chubby British woman enjoying tea. Thank you very much. Thank you. I knew I could do it. This last impersonation of the evening, I know, everything good must come to a close. It's going to be a sleeping beauty, waking up, seeing her prince for the first time.